Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the February 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for February. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's go ahead and get started with this first column, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We're pulling a summary affirmation card, and it says, I feel transformed. So definitely some sort of change or transformation that's happened for you these last few weeks, Capricorn. So let's take a closer look and see what that means. But again, some sort of change, some sort of transformation happening for you. And let's take a look here. Okay, up first we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of being very traditional, being very conventional. It's a card of conformity. A lot of you, for this change or this transformation, could have been something that was habitual, like a habit that you had or a tradition you had, or kind of like something that was very routine to you. One other thing I want to say is the Hierophant is also very much so a card of expectations. So this change could have been because this thing just no longer is meeting expectations or helping you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. Moving on to our next card. Let's take a look here. We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. I feel like you could have been waiting to make this change, waiting for this transformation to happen. This is also a card of having to make a choice. So again, that's that choice that you had to make to actually make this change or make this transformation. This could also be a card of travel plans. So some of you could be traveling and or making plans to travel in these last few weeks or month. And at the bottom here, we have the Two of Coins or the Two of Pentacles, depending on what deck you're taking a look at. The Two of Pentacles is a card of kind of weighing our options. This pairs really nicely with that Two of Wands, that decision that was made, and kind of weighing options. Again, realizing that this thing isn't doing what we wanted it to anymore, prompting the change, prompting the transformation. Let's take a look though and see what we have in terms of clarifiers. The first card that we have is Temperance. Temperance is a really good card. It's a card of balance and harmony. I hate to say it, but I feel like pretty much always we can use more balance. We can use more harmony. So I like to see Temperance coming up. I do think this change is going to give you what you're looking for. It's definitely bringing more balance and harmony, but I hear it's bringing kind of the end result that you're hoping for. This is also a card of patience. So again, we talked a little bit about how we maybe had to wait for this change or wait for the right time. So the Temperance card can be a patience card as well. Up next, we have the Magician. The Magician is another really good card. We like to see it anywhere in our readings. It's focused creativity. It's turning visions into reality. Again, I feel like this change is going to bring forth what you want. It's going to accomplish what you're hoping to accomplish. So I like the energy associated there. And at the bottom here, we have the Eight of Cups. If you take a look at this card, the Eight of Cups, they're stacked really nicely, but yet the person in the background is still walking away. They're still moving away from it. So with the Eight of Cups, this is about withdrawing, retreating, moving on. I always tell people it's like the grass is greener on the other side. This is a stepping stone. This is growth. This is advancement. So again, I think this change, this transformation is moving you closer to what you wanted here, Capricorn. So all around nice spread. Hopefully you're feeling good about that because it read pretty well. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just again general, what's coming for February. Let's pull a summary card to get us started. We have the card I Am Bonded. This is an interesting one. I haven't used this deck in a while, so I haven't seen it in a while, but I haven't pulled this card recently either. This is, of course, a card of relationships and connections and building or enhancing that bond. So let's see what messages come forward here, but definitely a focus on relationship and the bonds that we have. Let's see what messages we come up with for this column. Again, general, what's coming for February. The first card that we have is the Sun card. The Sun card is definitely one of the best cards, if not the best card in the deck. In terms of good tarot cards, it's hard to beat the Sun. This is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. So really entering into a period of happiness as well as a time where we're going to find a lot of success, Capricorn. The next card that we have is the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins or Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. This can indicate work, delayed success. I like this because this could be success after delay. There seems like there's a lot of movement after delay here going on for you right now, Capricorn. So again, indicator of success after delay. At the bottom here we have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of going within for clarity. It's being on your own personal path, your own personal quest. I tell people with the Hermit, it's about doing what feels good on the inside. Like, does it feel right? Does it feel good to you? So I would say there's something in February that we're going to want to check in and say, is this really what I want? Does this really feel good to me? Perhaps with this success, there's going to be new opportunities, and it's kind of about vetting those opportunities in that manner as to what does and doesn't feel good, judging if it's on the path and taking you where you want to be, where you want to go. Okay, for clarifiers, first up we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. We were just talking, it seems like things could have been delayed, they could have been stagnant. Definitely the success is coming this month though, it's coming in quickly now. The Eight of Wands is also a card of finding out news. You could be gaining some sort of information, may or may not be connected to the success. I think for most of you it is, it's like finding out that it was successful, that it's complete, that we're done. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card typically of self-defense or feeling like you have to protect yourself against competition. I feel like you potentially did have to do some of this because, again, things were moving slower, so it's like you still had to advocate for this or prove that it was worth the wait. But again, things are moving really quickly, so if you're feeling that kind of defense energy, don't worry because, again, this is wrapping up. Now things are moving quickly here for you. At the bottom, we have the repeat card of the Sun. I love it. Again, we were talking about there's really not much better cards than the Sun in the tarot deck. So this is a good card to have. Again, this is that material happiness, joy, successful outcomes, success. I feel like this is a really happy period, and for some of you, maybe you have not had the opportunity to do things that feel good to you. And I'm feeling like that's coming. So with the Hermit, again, that's checking within, going within for clarity, figuring out what feels good. Now you actually get to continue to do what feels good. And that's nice because not a lot of us get to say that, Capricorn. So nice last few weeks and nice few weeks and months to come. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. To kick things off, I got this deck of cards, which is like money, tips, tricks, advice. So we're going to start with that. It says, keep a sum of cash available to you so that it is around to remind you of your bond that you are building with money. It's interesting. We talked about bonds. We're talking about bonds again. So definitely a focus on relationships as you move into February. But let's take a look here and see. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money, Capricorn. Up first, we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Cups, this is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So another relationship card that seems to be a high focus here for you. But when I see it in when we see it in the money column versus the love column, we really want to hone in on a couple words. So relationship and proposal. So this is about having a new career relationship, maybe a new coworker, boss, mentor, or this could be some sort of new opportunity, investment opportunity, job opportunity. That proposal doesn't always mean proposal as an engagement. Again, it could be proposal as an opportunity. So some sort of new relationship or opportunity coming through for you this month, Capricorn. The next card that we have is the Death card. I always like to call out the fact the Death card does not actually mean death, but it does indicate change. It indicates transformation, which is also another theme that we've been touching on. But it makes sense too, as new opportunities come up. That means we're going to transform into these new opportunities. With death, again, this is change. It's endings. It's time to move on. It's transformation. I would say, just based on those couple cards already, I would encourage you to pursue this new relationship or pursue this new opportunity, because the Death card is saying, again, it's time. At the bottom here, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. In terms of this new relationship, I think it's going to possess a lot of those features. Going to be understanding, it's going to support you, it's going to provide leadership and guidance when needed, very tolerant, very empathetic. Also, as you go into the new opportunity, I'm just getting the message here that like you would need to be a little bit tolerant as well. Maybe not everything turns out exactly the way that you thought it would, but again, the opportunity still looks really good, but it's like you got to kind of ride some of the bumps that may come with some new opportunity. Let's take a look though and see what other messages we've got here. First up, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a card of respect and leadership. Again, things we like. So in terms of that new relationship, very respectful, very much so providing guidance, and again, very respectful. For some of you, this new opportunity could be entering into a leadership role. Another thing with the Emperor, this is like long-term strategic energy, so keep that in mind. I do, again, feel like this new relationship or this new opportunity is really promising, and the Emperor would be an indicator of good long-term move. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. So this is kind of like limiting ourselves. This could come in a lot of different forms. Just an example coming to mind here, though, Capricorn, is like self-doubt, like if you'll be able to connect with this person or if this is the right opportunity for you. So anytime we go through that change or that transformation, it's easy to have these self-imposed restrictions. So this is kind of a warning to not limit or doubt yourself here. At the bottom, we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. I really just feel like you're due for some sort of change. Again, these cards are saying go for this new relationship, go for this new opportunity. So keep that in mind. But again, we need this change. We need to revive energy. It's saying rest, retreat, renew, recover. So looking for that renewal through potentially a new opportunity. Okay, now at this time, we're going to take a look at anything related to love. Similar to our money card, we do have a little quick love message here for you. It says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Capricorn. Let's see what messages we have here. First, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. I'm going to tell you, like, this is a good time for planning and figuring out exactly what you want from love and exactly what you want from your friends and what you want from your spouse, your children, or what you want your life to look like. This is very much so coming through as like planning. This is your opportunity to plan what you want your love life to look like. The next card that we have is the Four of Coins or the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of desire. This is a card of wanting long-term security. Ties really nicely into our King of Swords, actually, because this is like saying this is what you want. So this is talking about creating a plan and focusing in on the things that you want. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Wands. This is a card of, again, feeling like we have to defend ourselves or protect ourselves. And we need to think about this. If I don't think many of you are seeking a relationship that needs to be defended or seeking a relationship where there needs to be competition. So this is more about focusing on what you want than what you don't want. I always tell people we have to be careful about what we spend our time thinking about, because that's what we attract to ourselves. So again, focus on the things that we want, focus on the desires, focus on the plan to get there, not the things that we don't want here at the bottom. The first card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. So repeat card here. Again, this is the desires. This is the something that we want that we don't currently have. And the King of Swords is saying, okay, plan for it. Figure out, what do we want our family to look like? What do we want our love life to look like, Capricorn? The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords. This is a card indicating lifestyle changes. And this could be an indicator that some lifestyle changes need to be made, Capricorn. I'm just going to throw an example out here. May or may not resonate with you, but it's like, okay, let's say you're single and you want to be in a relationship, but you don't go out and aren't on any dating apps. This person is likely not going to show up at your door. So perhaps you do start going to various meetup groups, or you go on a date with a friend's friend or something along those lines. So this is an indicator of starting to make some lifestyle changes that support whatever your desire is here. At the bottom, we have the Seven of the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. It's a card of waiting. It is, however, a card of success still. It's just delayed success. So again, be focused on what you want versus what you don't want. If you're focused on what you don't want, that's going to delay the success. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I Will Forgive. Interesting one to pop up here at the end. It seems like some forgiveness could be needed here, Capricorn, but let's unpack and see what messages we come up with. Okay, first we have the Ten of Cups. If you've watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. I feel like it's the card of everything wonderful. It's the card of family, contentment, total love, support. Again, it's that picturesque, perfect, everything you want. Again, contentment is a big one here too. I didn't think contentment was that good when I was younger, and now I realize how hard it is to be content. So that's where my appreciation for the Ten of Cups comes from. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card, again, of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. In this case, I think forgiveness is going to be what's unlocking it. It's like we need to forgive so we can get this renewal and to unlock this kind of picturesque, perfect future state that we want with the Ten of Cups. At the bottom here, we have the Eight of Cups. This is a card of needing to move on. But again, we can't do that until we've given this forgiveness. So definitely forgiveness is important this month. Let's take a look at whatever clarifiers we have here. First, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional card, a very conventional card. This is a card of expectations too, and I think expectations weren't met, or perhaps some of you are waiting to get an apology that you may not get. That seems to be the case, is I feel like you're waiting for the other party to initiate it, and I don't know that's going to happen. So again, focus on forgiveness this month. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. I think there were events leading up to this, needing this rest, retreat, renew, recover type energy now, leading to this result. I feel like there was just an ongoing issue. This is an ongoing issue that's coming through. At the bottom here, we have the Wheel of Fortune. But again, for those of you who watch my readings, this is my other favorite card in the tarot deck. So you have both of them in this final column here, Capricorn. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of good luck. It's a card of turning point. Turning point, though, is what's important, is we can turn the corner and we can move forward. We can feel renewed. We can have whatever we want with the Ten of Cups. But forgiveness is what is the turning point here. So nice strong message there coming in to the last column. At this point, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 3 of spades. This is number 10 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the king of clubs. This is number 50 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 6 of hearts. This is number 3 card. That's also a yes. So yeses across the board there for you, Capricorn. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you for the month of February. Your crystal this month is Fire Opal, which is good for passion, being spontaneous. It's kind of like the firework crystal. Keeps you very cheerful, very creative, and very passionate. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, when we share joy and happiness, we give 2 of the most powerful healing medicines in the world. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Capricorn, and I hope you have a fabulous February.